Two guys with microphones on a mission to spread light. I think the whole world would agree. The system is down. 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 But they're doing their best to bring humor and light into this dark world. But the system is down. The system is down. The system is down. The system is down. Ben and Dave are trying their best, but the world keeps throwing its mess. But they laugh and carry on. The system is down. 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 But Dan and Dave are trying their best, but the world keeps throwing its mess. But they laugh and carry on. The system is down. 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 Dan and Dave are trying their best, but the world keeps throwing its mess. But they laugh and carry on. The system is down. The system is down. The system is down. The system is down. Dan and Dave are trying their best, but the world keeps throwing its mess. But they laugh and carry on. The system is down. Don't try to grab me on. The system is down. The system is down.
This is a Dissident Media production. DissidentMedia.net.
In a world where everything sucks, two men have the balls to laugh at it. This is The System is Down.
Big club, and you ain't in it.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another fun-filled year of The System is Down, brought to you by yourselves in the Downers Club. People like Aaron, Michael McIntyre, James William Surtur, Nathan Keenover, Guild K, John Bob, Drugs, Autumn, Sean, CD, Zachary, Abrogate, Maxwell, Kimberly, Kim Yuppie, Noah, JC, Justico, Joey, P. Nord, I missed some, Danielle, Level Zero, Stefan, Rick, Javari, Craig, Ryan, Derek, Tim, Howie, Nathan, Brian, Mary, John, William. If you want to get your name on that list, my good mic's not working. All right, we'll get that figured out in a minute. But if you want to get your name on that list and have it read incorrectly, going over to patreon.com/The System is Down. We'll get 0 ads, bonus episodes, support this show, and more. So go do that right now at patreon.com/The System is Down. How about, what if I plugged it in? Would that help? Would it help if I plugged in my microphone? I think that might do it. Let's see. What better way to start the year than with... And now we're gonna have camera difficulties because I plugged in a new thing. Is it better? Are we good? Is it okay? I'm getting the thumbs up from the green room that we are in fact good. And in the green room is my all-time favorite guest that I have every week on the show. So I don't really want to commit to calling him a part of the show yet, so I still just call him a guest because he's always a guest here. It's Dave. It's Dave Casey with the confetti. There we go. I'm getting quicker on that draw at least. Dave, welcome to 2026, sir. How are you?
Oh, man. Feeling great. Happy New Year, bro. How's my mic sounding, though?
It sounds good. And your camera looks better than usual, too. So let's just cross our fingers and hope that that's a good sign for the year to come. Yes, my microphone did not work when I did not plug it in, but it seems to be doing okay now. So that's user error.
You're killing it.
Yeah. How was your New Year's, Dave? Did you go out and get plastered and end up in a gutter somewhere like you usually do?
Bro, I had one beer. My fiance had one Pepsi, and at the local taco spot, and we called it one. Watch Stranger Things, as most normie fucking slop is fed to you. You take it and you enjoy it on the days that it comes out. So that's what we do.
Fair enough. Yeah, I have not gotten into the Stranger Things. I got a season and a half into it, I'm pretty sure, and then bailed. And now that we'll talk about it probably here in a bit as we talk about our favorites and our least favorites. We're going to be talking about like news and shit, obviously, because there's just too much news to. All right, calm the fuck down, music. Stop. Okay, as we talk, we're gonna normally at this time of year or at like right before the New Year's, we've always done the Downey Awards, where we get together and talk about like our favorite TV shows, movies, and podcasts, and entertainment slop of the year, our favorites and least favorites, and blah blah blah. And somehow we make that last 2 hours. But I didn't watch anything this year. I watched almost nothing as far as that goes, because it was occurring to me when I was going through my list and trying to figure out what to talk about. I was like, well, I watched like this one show and maybe this one movie, but that's kind of about it as far as like new content. And I think the reason is because Hollywood no longer has the ability to make fiction more crazy than the shit that we're dealing with on the news every single fucking week. Like, so we're going to recap some of the stuff that happened this year outside of the entertainment world as well, because I find it more interesting and entertaining, quite frankly, and even less believable. But reality is far surpassed fiction at this point, I think is the reason why I have watched and consumed very little. But we will talk about some of those things. Dave, did you consume much entertainment this year, or are you in a similar boat?
I consumed what they're calling content. I don't know if it's entertainment, lots of that. But, dude, this brings me actually a little bit of joy, because when we've done this in years past, typically I come in and I'm like, dude, I either watched like old, like something, like The Office, or like something from the, the 80s or 90s or whatever.
Yeah.
And you usually had like a list of cool shit that was going on. But I will say, and I won't say which one it is because we'll talk a little bit more about this later, but I did watch one of the new shows of 2025 I did watch was a horror series.
Oh yeah.
So that's usually your cup of tea. So
nice.
We're kind of switching her up there, but no, dude, that's the thing. I'm in no position to make a list of like a top 5 best, because the best I can do for you is go, I watched this show or these 2 shows
and it was all right.
One sucked and one was okay. Right. Like that's about as good as I can do. Happy to do that though.
So yeah, let's just go ahead and jump into that and get some of these out of the way, and we can move on to some news. Sorry if you were hoping for. I don't think anybody was really hoping for us to talk about movies, because that's not really what we do here. We talk about the spicier things in life. But it is important. If there are good things, I think there were some artistic endeavors that were worth a mention. But as far as like movies, I guess we can start there. I watched Happy Gilmore 2 half-assedly falling asleep on a plane. Like, that's the only movie that I can find that came out in 2025 that was really worth mention. And or no, that's the only one that I watched, I'm pretty sure. I don't think there were any others. But it was fine. It was a fine addition to the Happy Gilmore universe or something. I don't know. It was just fine, and that's really all I have to say about it.
So one of many franchises, I'm sure. Like all the things that I think. No, I saw one thing that wasn't a franchise piece. But no, I saw that one too, dude. And I loved that movie when it came out. It was, and it's still a classic. And as far as nostalgia bait is concerned, way to go. That's cool.
Yep.
Make your money. I'm not trying to hate on that. But yeah, I don't think that it had the same kind of like magic or staying power that the first one did. But it's cool. You can do that. They're making Spaceballs too. I'm sure that's going to be a big turd, but I'm still for it. Make it.
Yeah.
Make it. I want to see it.
It might not be a big turd. I mean, I don't know.
God, please let it be awesome.
I think Happy Gilmore did as good as it could do, making a like 20 years later sequel to Happy Gilmore. Like nobody was asking for it. Nobody needed a sequel to Happy Gilmore. If you were going to do it, I think they did pretty much as good as they could. That doesn't make it
like
a
30 years.
fantastic movie by any stretch. Sure.
Yikes.
Probably, I would imagine similar things. I'm expecting similar things for Spaceballs too. I think Mel Brooks. I mean, Mel Brooks has been. People haven't been clamoring for Happy Gilmore 2 for the last forever. They've been clamoring for Spaceballs 2 forever because they teased it in the first one. And the gimmick of Spaceballs is exactly like it was making fun of everything, all the commercialism that's going on now. So I think it's a prime time for a Spaceballs 2 to as long as they use it to, poke fun at everything that is currently happening in the entertainment world. But yeah, I have high
Listen,
hopes for
I
it.
don't mean to overstate, and I'm not saying that this is likely to happen, but Spaceballs 2, The Search for More Money, has the potential to be the best fucking sequel of all time. It could do that.
It has the potential to be the best comedy movie in quite a while too, as long as he sticks to Mel Brooksness and does what Mel Brooks does. It doesn't get scared at the times.
In the past. Spaceballs 2 is the thing that's keeping me from going full Nick Fuentes.
I don't know. I think Nick Fuentes would enjoy Spaceballs too, to some degree. But
sure, of course. Of course. Everybody would. That's the point.
Or at least he would say so when he's on Tucker Carlson or something. But any other movies worth note, Dave, that you had, like good or bad?
So
that's
Superman
literally it for me.
was rebooted. Did you not watch that reboot that James Gunn did?
I don't think I watched the last reboot of Superman or anything. I don't care about Superman.
Oh, okay.
Superman's a terrible character.
Wow.
He's invincible.
Like,
the only thing that can hurt him is a rock that doesn't exist in our world.
well, James Gunn actually kind of addresses that in this movie. That's not, and it unfortunately didn't help this movie be awesome. But no, I watch all the superhero movies that come out, even the shitty ones. I'll watch them once.
Yeah.
But I'm sure kids will like this movie because it's like, very colorful. But damn, dude, no, disappointing for me. The first one is a masterpiece. Have you seen the original Christopher Reeve Superman movie?
Yeah, I watched them as a child. You know what Superman was made for.
Moving on. No. So did you watch the Fantastic Four? I imagine if you didn't watch Superman, you're not watching a
I mean,
family
I
of
would if it
superheroes.
was on. I loved all the superhero movies. I wasn't like a big comics nerd as a kid, but I did love like the Spider-Mans and the Batmans, the early ones, Iron Man. I still have all of them probably, but there was a point in the Disney takeover where I tried to keep up and just the wheels kept falling off, and I'm just like, I can't watch all the shows, all the movies, and I can't. It's hard for me to care about these characters without doing so, and I'm not committing like the next 12 years of my life to catching up on the Marvel universe.
Bro, well, just so you know, I'll give you a little bit of, I was going to say inside baseball, but it's not. Billions of people know about this. But what they're trying to do with this latest batch of movies, for one, they realize what you just said is true, that the past 6 or so 7 years have sucked bad, that everybody, like layman viewers, have to know all this minutia details and watch all these series. So obviously they fell off. So the next big kind of tentpole movie that they're going to put out is an Avengers movie that connects directly to like the last good movie.
Brings all the characters back that the people want just because nobody cares anymore. And that's the thing. I'll watch another Avengers movie because that's like it seems like there's these posts of this one you have to watch. and you probably won't know what's going on because you didn't watch these 12 other movies, but I will watch like the big ones or like the Deadpool movies and stuff like that, but I'm not watching all this shit. Sorry.
Yeah, I'll watch it all. Give me the slop. Give me your sloppy. We'll make it extra sloppy for you.
Absolutely. I do enjoy a good Hollywood schlock, but it's hard. Anything bad that you watched this year, Dave? Anything worth avoiding, or anything that you would recommend I see that I didn't?
Colleen and I took my mom to go watch Good Fortune in the movies, thinking that would be good. Keanu Reeves, he's playing an angel. Aziz Ansari is his first, I think, like starring role. But man, that was a total turd. I would not recommend that one.
Cool.
Felt like a Hallmark movie a bit, but and just weird, bad writing and just not funny.
Yeah.
Wouldn't recommend that. So no, dude, I don't have a movie to recommend for 2025 that came out in 2025.
Good job, Hollywood. Like, we don't even have like COVID to blame or anything. It's just like, nah, we just didn't feel like making movies this year that were worth a shit. Throw them another like 4-hour Avatar and we'll call it a day. Put The Rock in the jungle somewhere and make it funny. Maybe throw Kevin Hart in there or some A-lister. Like I heard somebody, I don't know who it was, but some channel was talking about how there's really not movie stars anymore. Like there's no, it's something about, probably something to do with the advent of social media bringing movie stars, like making everybody so accessible that they're not these gods walking amongst us that everybody clamors for. Like who are the A-listers now? It's like a couple teenagers like Zendaya maybe, or that Timothy Chalamet kid. I don't know. Like all of these people, I don't know. How many people can you think of that people are going to, like they might have a great movie that everybody wants to see, but their star power drags everybody out to see the next one, like the Tom Cruises or the Will Smiths of yesteryear.
No, I've seen people kind of talk about that a little bit lately. I'm fascinated by that too. And that kid, they're saying that guy, Timothy Chalamet, is like the last, or maybe not the last, but the only like new famous guy. Yeah, there's a couple maybe. And that's cool for him. By the way, if you haven't seen have you seen his rap video? He's like featured on some. Oh man, this kid's he spit hoot fire.
Oh, nice.
Which is fascinating that he's like the #1 actor in America, and he's also like, like he dates a Jenner, and like he's talking about I need to get billions like my girl. Like he's just like he's
yeah,
little hood dude. But I think I've only seen him in Dune. I don't know much about his work, but
oh yeah, Dune 2 came out. I still haven't watched it, but I imagine I would like it if I watched it. So that'll be my highest recommended movie probably of the year that I still haven't watched.
Right.
So
that's my recommendation.
Let's go ahead and move on because I do want to get more to news than any of this stuff because really, who cares? TV. For TV, I had a couple shows. My top show, I'll just start with. Coming in like in the 11th hour, Pluribus came out recently, which is by the Vince Gilligan, the creator of Breaking Bad, and it's the first thing that I've watched of his outside of the Breaking Bad universe. So it's a completely new world, but completely new concept and everything. But it is incredible, and it is the only thing this year that made me go, shit, I need more of that in my life. And Vince Gilligan can do no wrong, in my opinion, as a director and writer and everything. So yeah, it's great. I don't even want to say that much about it because I went into it blind and not knowing really anything about it other than that Vince Gilligan is a genius, and he is still, that he maintains that role as probably my favorite director, even on above M. Night Shyamalan, who is the creator of Signs, my favorite movie. But yeah, I would recommend everybody check out Pluribus because it is weird, and it'll keep you guessing, I think, up until the end and leave you wanting more. And the biggest complaint I heard anybody say about it was that it's a little slow. But if you're familiar with anything that Vince Gilligan has made in the past, yes, he's a master at telling a slow burn story that really makes you relate to the character and put yourself in that space. So highly recommended. 10/10 would recommend. Other than that, I watched a little bit of the new season of Ink Master. that would probably be my number 3, and it is still Ink Master. If you like that shit, that slop, then you'll enjoy it. Probably my number 2 is It, Welcome to Derry, which I started, and I'm like an episode and a half through, and it seems to be okay so far. And that's about it. Seems to be well made. Hopefully they don't take this. I did think one note that I will give to It, Welcome to Derry is that if you ever watched any of the It movies, the adults, this is a town where the children are heroes, and the adults, every single adult is a piece of shit, just an absolute garbage human. And then Welcome to Derry opens with the first decent adult human that we've seen in Derry ever is a black dad, and it's like, really Derry, like everybody else sucks except for the one black dad. Now they have to go on to elaborate more. They can't make the adults all just these nebulous evil characters like they did in the movies. So there are more decent humans in the world than this one black dad. It just seemed humorous to me that the first decent human adult in Derry was a black dad. But take that however you want. Dave, you got any TV? Oh, also my wife said best miniseries in years that she's seen. She started it yesterday, The Beast and Me on Netflix, and that is all I know about it. So that's her recommendation. Dave, TV shows.
So I'm glad you mentioned Welcome to Derry, because that's the horror series that we started watching. We're probably like 5 or 6 episodes deep into that show. But dude, episode 1, wow. I thought that they did an incredible job, but if you're not sucked in by that, then you won't like the next 4 or 5 episodes, guaranteed. But I do recommend it. It's funny though, that town, Derry, is based on Bangor, Maine. Colleen is from she's from Maine. She's from like that area. And when there's like a scene where there's like an apartment complex or something that's just like like only black people. And like she chuckled. I'm like, what? She's like, there's no place in Bangor that had like just a building, like of just black. Like it was almost next to almost 0%. Right. In the like she was there in the 80s, and this is the 60s or whatever. Like she's just like, yeah, that's absolutely ridiculous.
I don't know anything about the accuracy or anything. I know that like there's a bunch of racism in it, but there was racism in the It movies, and this is preceding that. Yeah. So it's like that for the time, it makes sense to include a bunch of that. But it was odd. And also, like, the racism it seems pretty inconsistent so far. Like, those who are racist just, like, hate black people. And then there's, like, the select few that are like, oh, I'm not offended by your skin. Like, it's just very, a little bit ham-fisted sometimes so far. But, again, I'm very little into it. Would you recommend I continue, Dave?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's, I haven't even, I'm not offended by the writing. By the way, just like some of the plot, like, all right, that's it's kind of stretching it. I get it. Mike Hanlon, the black character, like this is original writing. That makes sense to have like the black kid in the story. And that's cool. Like that at the time, I bet was like kind of pushing the envelope.
Sure.
But yeah, to kind of just like, just like kind of swing past the pendulum swung a little too far on that one. All right, it's just like this village of black people in like the 1960s. Okay.
Yep, absolutely. So, what? Any other? Was that your top one, Dave, or is that just a mention?
So I want to mention a show that I haven't watched that I'm going to watch. I'm on break from work right now. I'm on vacation, and I'm going to watch it. I'm trying to convince Kyle to watch it with me. I don't know how interested she is, but you're a Star Wars guy. The dudes at work love and rave about Andor. Did you watch that?
I watched the first season, and I should have mentioned it because it's on my to-watch list as well, but I've been waiting for my son to get around to watching the first season so we can watch the second season together. But if it's anything like the first season, it is the best Star Wars that Disney has put out, in my opinion.
That's what they're saying. They say season 2 is even better than the first, like I think significantly.
Yeah.
But like has a lot to do with like political espionage, and they're like,
this is very little to do with Star Wars. Like it's really just a space. It's kind of like what the original Star Wars was supposed to be. It's like a commentary on political shit, and then it's in space, so you can get away with saying some shit and calling some shit out. I don't know how it got past the censors at Disney, but they've got some pretty based messaging in there.
Yeah, so that's the one I'm going to watch in 2026. 2025 literally ended with Stranger Things, and all of the internet already commented on that. But yeah, it was pretty gay, pretty gay. Like it felt like actually like the death of like the forced gay.
Yeah.
Like, okay, this is over. You guys can do one more forced gay with 2025.
Yep.
Make it good. Make it good.
No.
And,
We've all seen the scene. Like the world, correct me if I'm wrong, Dave. I haven't watched it other than the clips and people ranting about it online. Let me know, are they wrong to say that the world is ending and he's like, hey, everybody gather around for this meeting. I need everybody to know I like dudes. Okay, bro, let's get back to saving the world. Fucker, like, who gives a shit? Stop making this about you. The world is ending.
That was apparent to obviously us when we were watching it. And, bro, none of your best friends are going to chime in and be like, yeah, dude, we fucking know. Like, you're super gay.
Right.
You have been for, like, this whole
for, like,
show.
5 seasons at least.
Right. You've grown, like, 2 feet. You've been gay for, like, at least half of that.
Yep.
No, it's totally forced and totally weird. And, they made a big deal about it. Like, interviewing the cast and they're all hugging and stuff. It's like, I think it's over with, so I'm not gonna like dwell on that shit. But like, yeah, why do you gotta just like insert this shit that literally took probably 7 or 8 minutes in the show, in the finale? Like,
right.
It was the second to last episode, but still, in the last, you have this many minutes to tell a story, and you're just gonna park it.
Right.
You're gonna park like the end of the world story.
Stop and have a conversation about this. Not about this.
Oh my
God.
God.
I'm gay. Like. Right. You could have just made him gay. It wouldn't have mattered. Nobody would have cared. He would. And from what I hear, he seemed pretty gay the whole time. So who cares? Let's just save the world. And from what I hear, also the very final episode was pretty rushed and slapped together, and we just went to the place, did the thing, and it's all wrapped up neat and tidy. And good thing we spent all that time on the gay stuff.
Yeah, there was plenty of time for it. They did have like a large portion of the last episode was just like the wind down. Like they had already like beat the bad guy, and there just was them
also
kind of like, oh, here's him off at college sucking dick. Isn't it great? Life's awesome.
I should also mention that my favorite TV show of the year, Pluribus, the lead and like main person that we follow the entire time is gay, and it doesn't matter other than the significant other that she is dealing with happens to be a woman. And it's not like, hey, everybody, I'm gay. Stop the world, stop the presses, stop the end of the world to let you know I'm gay. And it's a similar world ending scenario, but it's still not annoying because it just is. And that's how it should be. Now, any other TV shows for you, Dave?
No.
All right. Well, let's move on to, let's go with albums, because then podcasts will lead right back into headlines, I'm sure. But musical albums, I did listen to several this year. Did you, as far as new ones?
New albums, did I? Yo, dude. Hold on, you go first, and I think I might have a couple. Let me see if I bought any. I'm gonna be embarrassed to play the new music that I bought that came out in 2025.
It's like Sabrina Carpenter or something.
I think that's one of them.
Wow, Dave, just get off the show. I'm done.
Yo, this beat is crazy.
No,
you
it's
know
not.
the one I'm talking about. Oh, this is.
No, I don't, but I'm sure my daughter does.
This shit right here. Oh, get the fuck out of here.
All right, I gotta mute Dave. Dave is gone. Dave is banned. Dave is not allowed to speak, and I'll even blame it on Dave that he's not allowed to speak. Here we go.
Dave Casey got the knowledge. He's the man who knows it all. Got secrets in his mind, but they bounce around like a ball. He yells the hidden truths, but his mic is always off. So
why isn't your mic on, Dave? Why isn't it on? You did this to yourself, Dave. You did this to yourself. All right, you can talk now. You're back on. Oh man, I've never been more disappointed in you, Dave. I mean,
So that song really slaps. You
my
fucking
favorite
know
my
it. I
favorite
know it.
movies are Marvel movies. I was a little bit like, I know, that's just Dave. But then you're like, Sabrina Carpenter. Have you heard this banger?
Here you go, bro. They put out posthumous. Is that how you say it? Posthumous? When somebody's already dead.
Posthumous.
Did I say that? Posthumously, yeah. Big L with Nas, bro. A little bit of that.
Big L, Corleone, flamboyant, baby, for life. I be that G nigga, you see Jiggy, push the V Twiggy, large like Free Willy.
I don't know how much we can play of this on and not get kicked off of our stream.
I think
but
you can get 10 seconds. This is a review show. This
true.
is all we're
It's true.
doing is
comment
reviewing
on it.
the,
You have to
piece of-
comment on it now to make sure that you commentaried it.
So rest in peace, Big L. Inspiration to Mac Miller. I think that was his first big inspiration. Anyway, yeah, that's how they did it. That boom bap shit. Go get that. Anything else from 2025 that I get?
Good job nice attempt at trying to cleanse the slate of your Sabrina Carpenter stuff.
Listen, I'm very
Like, no, I swear
versatile
I'm
with my
straight.
shit. Bro, I bought a Willow Smith track. It came out in 2015 though, apparently. I don't know. I know.
Wow.
I also bought shit from the 1970s. I got Andy Gibb and the Bee Gees in here. Mike and the Mechanics, dude. I'm buying old shit.
I mean, you're buying stuff, so that just is a sign of your age already.
Did you see GFY, right? Did you see Eminem release something that's 20 years old, but it came out in 2025?
No.
This is that classic like Eminem show era. Oh, this is good. This is good shit. Yes.
I wonder would I be misunderstood if I wasn't from the hood. I was from some good uppity dumb suburb in some upscale community.
Throwback.
I guess you can see what trailers do to me.
That's when he was. That's the peak right there.
Yeah.
The song is
When he was having fun. When he was
Yeah.
less angry and just snarky.
So good. I bought some Cool G rap, but that's from 2011. I bought some Miley Cyrus the other day from 2020. I know.
This year, Dave.
I
This year,
know.
Dave. I mean, if you're going to embarrass yourself, at least limit it to this year.
Carmageddon, that's 2024. That chick put out
That was a good song.
Independence.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was into it. Even the Eminem, the death of Slim Shady was 2024.
Yep.
So it's
We argued
tough,
about that one
bro.
last year on this episode.
I have the whole album. Still is
Banger.
average at best.
Banger.
Banger. I don't know if there's anything else from 2025 in here.
Did you listen to the new Linkin Park album, Dave?
No, not the whole album.
You should. It's banger. I don't care what anybody
Yeah?
says. And we've talked about this a bit on the show, but yeah, all the hate that what's her face, Emily Armstrong's getting. If you wanted a reboot of The Dead Guy, she is literally the closest you were ever going to get, and shut up and take it, or don't listen, because I enjoy it very much. And it's complete throwback to their peak as well, of like the first couple albums of Linkin Park with all the rappy, singy, screamy shit, and I highly recommend it. If you're into that sort of thing, and if you're not, then just go listen to Sabrina Carpenter with Dave.
And if you don't want to listen to Sabrina Carpenter with me, you could also listen to Lady Gaga with me.
All the
Oh, yeah,
Illuminati
bro.
puppets.
Yep.
Dave just loves that Illuminati slop.
Oh shit. Bro, I'm getting married soon. I'm trying to get the party started.
You're getting the party playlist going.
Yeah. So
Yep. Well,
that's all that is.
consider
That's my new shit.
adding to your playlist something from AFI's new album, Silver Bleeds the Black Sun. It's not quite the peppy upbeatness that you're going for. Actually, there are
I'd
some.
rather not.
There's some fun songs on there. It's pretty different for anything AFI's ever put out. It's kind of throwback to like The Cure and like David Bowie, some shit, and it's got a vibe to it. I really enjoy it. Also, we'll just breeze through some of these. NF's new album or new EP, Fear, is fantastic. It's like, I think 5 or 7 songs. It's debatable if it's an EP or an album or short album or whatever, but very good. He's been gone for a while, came back, put out something that's very him, but very new and fresh and very introspective. which is, he's, if you're familiar with his stuff, he's always very introspective. Do you know NF at all, Dave? He's like I'll send you some stuff. I don't want to say he's the cleaner Eminem, because he is very much his own thing, but he is very good and has been for a very long time. Ben Kaplan is a new one that came up in my YouTube feed this year as a suggestion, and I had no idea who he was, never heard of him, but his video, The Flood, caught my eye because it's amazing, and he does the entire song under the ocean playing a piano, and it is filmed practically, and it is amazing. It's an amazing song and video, and then I listened to the album, which is very odd, moody, weird piano stuff, a little... What's the word for it? A little bit ragtime, a little bit fun, strange. Just check it out. Also, Bon Iver, if you know Bon Iver, he put out a new album this year called Sable Fable. It is Bon Iver putting out a new album, and it's every bit as indie, weird, hipster sounds and chill vibes and moody lyrics as Bon Iver is known for. Also, Bad Flower, who is an emo-y rock band that their last few albums have been amazing. Check them out. Very good, hard-hitting stuff on their new album, No Place Like Home. It almost lives up to the last album, and we don't need to dig into all of these. I just want to put them out there, just let you guys know what we listen to. Let us know what you listen to, what you watched, what you are digging into in the comments, please, because I am looking for... if you heard anything here that, makes you think of something else that you listen to, let us know, because if it's, within our vein of interest, we clearly aren't doing a whole lot of entertainment absorbing and are both, I feel like, open to new things if you guys have any suggestions based on these things. And that's it for me. Linkin Park, AFI, NF, Ben Kaplan, Bon Iver, and Bad Flower as far as albums. Anything else for you in that category, Dave?
Music? No, not the new shit. I'm stuck in the 70s, 80s, and 90s typically.
Yeah, I listen to primarily, especially over the last few months, I've been listening to a lot of stuff that I listened to in like high school. A lot of, because I've been working on some new stuff myself, and I'm like going back and trying to listen to the things that inspired me and made me like, want to make this type of stuff. So, my favorite album of the year that wasn't released is my album, because it's close to done. So be on the lookout for that. But yeah, I've listened to a lot of old stuff, a lot of high school emo shit that is great and inspired me. So let's move on to podcasts. Dave, what were your favorite podcasts of the year that are still alive and active?
All the Jew hater ones. I want to see more Candace. I want to see Tucker. I want to see Dave Smith. Theo Vaughn is now in the club of noticing stuff, and all those guys who just
you mean all the people that are noticing that Israel is a piece of shit and they're willing to say it no matter what they're called on the internet?
Yeah, thank God some people will do it. These are like, dude, I've just been thinking about, because all the other people are all awesome and great, but like Dave Smith is the kind of the one that we share a little bit of, there's a common thread there. We know him personally a little bit. And honestly, man, just reflecting on New Year's and all this shit, what he's doing is nothing short of heroic, bro. Like, absolutely. I don't know. Some people get it, but like, and you get it. What he's doing is dangerous. Going on Piers Morgan and telling like the IDF representative that he represents a murder regime. Mm-hmm. Like, dude, I remember thinking when, he was doing heroic shit in COVID as well. But I was like, I didn't feel like, oh man, like he's really putting himself out there. Like I remember thinking like, okay, well, this is stuff that like I think a lot of people
we didn't see people get assassinated for COVID.
We hadn't been there yet. That's what I was trying to get to.
Yeah.
But yeah, what he's doing right now is nothing short of absolute fucking heroism, and I'm really grateful for it. And it's cool to see, and I'm glad he's successful too. That comes along with it, I suppose, being at that level. But fucking God bless Dave Smith, man. Awesome.
Yeah, and I want to give a similar shout out to Clint Russell, who has been doing incredible work. He's always doing great work, but over the last few months, especially with all the crazy Charlie Kirk stuff going on, Clint like Candace Owens does her daily everything on Charlie Kirk and everything, and God bless her and more power to her. I haven't been able to keep up with 90% of it at this point because it just keeps going. But Clint Russell seems to have a strong ability to take everything that everybody, well, let's just say he takes what Candace Owens is talking about and he mansplains it for the rest of us to understand. Or he takes everything that's going on, he concisely boils it down to the top, most important, most credible, least credible, whatever things, and he does a very good job at that. And I think that at some point becomes more valuable than Candace Owens's daily, like, and then we need to dig into this little corner and this little corner and this little corner. Obviously, we need somebody to be digging into every little fine detail, but having somebody be able to boil it down into like a 20 to 40 minute episode where it's just the most hard-hitting, concise, this is what you need to know stuff for the general lay person to be able to digest it, I think is important. Like, I like Candace, but I care whether or not Brigitte Macron has a penis to a very small extent. I don't, like, if you've got 6 episodes out about Brigitte Macron's penis, just tell me, yes or no, did you find the smoking penis, or did you not? Like, I just want Clint Russell to say, hey, we saw the dick pics, now we can put that to bed. And he does a great job at that. So I would recommend checking out Liberty Lockdown with Clint Russell. That's what I'm trying to say. Also, Kill Tony, Dave Smith, Candace Owens, those are my top 4.
Absolutely. And you just kind of reminded me that they're like, we talked a little bit about, the difference between entertainment and art and content, kind of. But you can do a lot of content and get a lot of clicks and a lot of viewers and a lot of fans and all this stuff. But you could also do just like a 40-minute piece like that little homie in Minnesota did with all the fraud that's going on with the Somali daycares and all that shit. And I'm not sure that that's all organic or not. Don't know. We can get into that if you want, but like,
it's on the list. I don't know much of anything about it because it's hard to care about.
No matter what, though, crazy splash with one piece of content.
Yeah.
One. What, I don't know if I'd call it art, though. There's an art to it.
Yeah.
But that guy, he might make a list on 2026 because I don't know. He might be the Nick Fuentes replacement.
Who's this guy that you're talking about?
What's his name? Nick Shirley?
I'm not familiar yet. Who is he?
Really?
Yeah.
Stop, dude. It's on the list.
I have been offline. Yeah, it's on the list. I literally have on the list Somali thing ? Because I don't know that much about it. Feel free to enlighten me.
No, that's cool. We can wait till you get to the spot. But that's the guy who put that all together. He's a young, like 22 or 23-year-old YouTuber going around with his iPhone and his dongle and just like recording himself. Sure. Trying to get some. Where are the kids at? We ain't got no kids. He's got somebody with him who like did the research, and he put together a 40-minute spot. It's like his pinned tweet, but I mean, it shook the world.
I saw the reverberations, but I didn't see the original shot.
Yeah, I mean, I watched most of it. I skipped around a little bit in the video. I didn't have 40 minutes. During the day, but it's cool that he can make that, that kind of an impact with one piece, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it is, I think, one of the most viewed things on Twitter at this point.
Absolutely. Does that conclude our lists of Downies? Did we squeeze it into 45 minutes, whereas it would usually be 2.5 hours of rambling?
I like it. I think this is progress.
Yeah, this is growth. And it's growth in noticing that, most of it isn't worth talking about anymore. Like most of the I can't imagine trying to have like these guys who have entertainment podcasts where they just talk about Hollywood stuff and what's going on and the latest, Hollywood drama and shit. It's like, who cares? I can't imagine caring that much enough to keep that going.
I used to, no, I'm totally with you, but this is from a guy who I would have, like in the 90s or early 2000s even, I would have tuned into the Grammys or the Academy Awards to see like what the best movie nominated, all that shit. Dude, they just put MTV to bed. There's no more MTV.
Did they really?
That's crazy. Like
I didn't even know that.
They retired MTV. which it's been like 25 or 30 years without music videos, pretty much. They couldn't make any ad revenue on that, so they, started to decide to do like a reality-based shit. They got a couple decades out of that, but now they can't even. There's no appetite for that.
The media the entire corporate media, like all the channels that you knew last couple of years, even like CNN's, the MSNBCs. You remember during COVID, like our show was entirely talking about like what Don Lemon was saying, or what Rachel Maddow was saying, or what Brian Stelter was saying, or something. Now it's like nobody gives a shit what they're saying, because they just don't matter. And MTV's kind of gone the same way, it seems. And I think that a few of these news corporations will be following, not far behind.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing. Like, and I honestly think, dude, we talked about it, I think, on the last show, and other people are talking about it too. But like, I think this ties to kind of the fact, how there's no kind of definitive fashion and culture to like now. It's just kind of blurs all together. I think that that's all part of like the internet of things. Like that's what it's kind of done, is just you can kind of pick your niche, whatever, and there's no more like tune in at 6 everybody to watch this thing and get on the same wavelength together. Everybody's just in their little boutique box. You're on your like phone. I think that is why things are just kind of getting aligned to like, you're not going to see changes. You're not going to see like that many dope albums or shows that come out in a year, because people are going to like find something from 1995 that is cool. Like they'll just
especially with the AI stuff, like oversaturating even the music market. There's going to be people who are just like, I don't care to even listen to new stuff because it doesn't feel new. It all feels it all feels generated. Like even the AI generated stuff, it's getting really good. It's getting really good to the point that humans will not be able to keep up. I don't think that means that people are going to automatically go, well, let's just listen to this AI banger. I think a lot of people, at least our generation, will start just doing what we're doing. Like, I'll just listen to the music that is good, that was good. Maybe that makes us the boomers of now. That's fine. But like the generations above us were judging us because they didn't like the music, not because the music was made by robots. Now, like, what do you do? What do you even do with it? And also with the news stuff, Robbie Bernstein mentioned on Dave's show, who's watching CNN when you can just type into Grok and have it explain to you in like a paragraph what the story is, and it'll give you an unbiased take on it, rather than listening and trying to figure out, like listening to 5 different news stations, trying to find the common average that makes it possibly more real. Like that's what you used to have to do to figure out what the actual news was. Now you can just ask the robots. So there's good and bad to it, but I do think it's making it's obsoleting things for good and for bad at the same time.
100%, dude. The universal law of if you do not use it, you will lose it applies to just everything. Yeah. So if you don't, if you shopping for songs for the wedding, bro, came across Whitney Houston belting it out, just absolute perfection before a time, reaching for the stars with your vocals and achieving all the hits without any kind of like, auto tuning and all that bullshit. If you can just ask or just whatever, dude, the AI stuff is crazy. The Eminem singing the blues stuff is incredible. It's like, it's musical perfection. But I predict a world 200 or 300 dystopian years into the future where we just hear the perfection. So there's no need to try and achieve it. Yeah. You won't go out. Nobody will try to.
You can never beat it. Out. You can never do better than it. So why would you try?
Right.
And that's assuming. I think it's very generous of you to assume that we're making it 200 to 300 more years as a species at this escalating rate, Dave.
I'm very glass half full on that. But I just think that you could extrapolate that across all things artistic. If you can just put in a prompt and go, all right, the Spider-Man 4 script that Sam Raimi wrote, use the screenplay that he has in the storyboards to create that movie and play it for him. Like you could do, we're a couple years away.
You can just make your own movies. Why would even Hollywood make movies? If a person can tell the movie or dictate what they want to watch and then just sit down and watch it.
So within a little bit of time, we'll forget how to make movies. We'll forget how to make art. We'll forget how to sing. And there will be, If the AI is benevolent, awesome. But if it ever decides not to be, it can just not share that information with you.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. That reminds me of one of the top stories that I have for the year. But I'm going to save it because we gotta play an ad here or two. And then we'll jump into a little bit more of the news and the things that happened throughout the year, remembering all the good and the much more prevalent bad that happened this year, and then making some predictions for the future to come. So stick around and we'll be right back after this quick break from Lone Star Injury Attorney.
The great William Shakespeare once said, "First thing we do, let's kill all the lawyers." That's right. It is common knowledge that literally no one in the known universe actually likes lawyers. That is, until they're saving your ass. Max the Axe at Lone Star Injury Attorneys is a professional ass saver. A rare breed, though he be a lawyer, he is indeed a principled libertarian, a defender of the injured and downtrodden, a supportive, faithful Downers Club member, my personal favorite, and a shockingly kind and hospitable fellow at an award-winning personal injury law firm. So if you've been injured on the job in an automobile accident or some other form of cattywampus beyond your personal control, visit LoneStarInjuryAttorneys.com or just Google Max the Axe for maximum results. Consultations are free and you don't pay a single dime unless you win. Go with the pros at LoneStarInjuryAttorneys.com and get your ass covered.
And we are back. Confetti. We are back, and there's been a lot that's happened this year, and I would go through a list, like, what were the top stories and work our way down. I mean, kind of the top story for me is all-encompassing, and it's Donald Trump fucking won the presidency, and then everything after that all relates to Donald Trump. Like, I was going through the top headlines, and I'm like, yep, that was largely Trump's fault too. Like, the Israel stuff, largely Trump's fault. Like the Epstein stuff, the Doge stuff, all the main things, Trump. It's all Trump. Trump, like, it's the year started, if you recall, with us celebrating this magnificent victory of Donald Trump getting into the presidency because he made such grand promises, and we were like, well, we're definitely not getting all that. We don't believe that he's going to do all those things, but if he does, like, two of those things. We said one, and then we got the one, and then he was like, that's it. You're only getting Ross. We're not doing any of the rest of this shit. Doge is gone. Epstein's a hoax. All that, like, we're going to war with not only on Gaza, we're going against Russia. We're palling up to Zelensky now. I mean, we did have a little bit of a hint of Donald Trump being a bully to Zelensky, and we were all like, yeah, it's all theater, but it's fun while it's cool. And now he's like friends with Zelensky again. He said Bibi doesn't know what Bibi and Gaza, they don't know what the fuck they're doing. And we were like, yeah. And now he's just like, yeah, just blowing Bibi at Mar-a-Lago. They're having sleepovers and shit. Epstein, he was like, I'm going to release the files. And he was like, what files? And he was like, it's a Democrat hoax. And then Massey puts out the bill, and he's like, oh, I guess there's files, and I support the release of them, obviously, because I have nothing to hide here. And then they put out the files, and they were all blacked out and redacted. And then the internet discovered that our government is so fucking stupid you can just copy and paste that shit into a Word document, and it immediately unredacts them because they don't know how to even black out their own fucking crimes. And now there's like millions of files that people are going through and scouring. That's all related to Donald Trump. Donald Trump attacked Thomas Massey and then supported Lindsey Graham and similar people on those sides, like Marjorie Taylor Greene and Randy Fines and whatnot. Now we've got the anti-Semitism laws that Donald Trump was pushing at the very beginning of his presidency, and we were like, that might be a little bit concerning, and now he's just going, like, they're just trickling out that whole, don't talk about Israel, because if you talk about Israel at all, then that's anti-Semitic, and that's the most evil of racists, the most evil of racisms. We went from calling out the left for everything being racist to now everything is super mega racist because it's all against one specific group of people. And the people who call that out and point that out are the woke right. All of this is entirely Donald Trump's fault. So the number one story to me is Donald Trump won, and it was awesome. And he immediately fucking sucked. And now we're here. And also Charlie Kirk died somewhere in there too. Which I don't even think that was completely not Donald Trump's fault. So, Yeah, we can go through some of those more specifically, but that's just my quick list overview of what's worth noting in the news this past year. Any thoughts, Dave?
Yeah, only that you're absolutely right, and it's totally disappointing and quite clear at this point. And, I still, again, I won't say that I regret my vote or that, like, I'm not, I wish I wouldn't have done.
If it's possible for me to regret my vote, I do. I don't know if it's possible for me to regret it over the alternative. I don't regret it based on he told some really good lies.
Maybe if I'm thinking of it in just this or that terms, Trump or Kamala, then I still believe that we're probably better off. Certainly,
Sure.
at least the one thing is Ross, and there are other things you could point to.
Yeah.
But this is just terrible.
But if Kamala got elected, didn't free Ross and wasn't like Kamala, for all of her many, many infinite faults, when asked how they were handling the Israel stuff and Israel not listening to them, she said, they're listening to us. I mean, that was obviously a lie, but she was pretending like she had some authority over Israel. Donald Trump's not even pretending like he has some sort of authority over Israel. He's just like, Israel's great. We need to pardon Bibi. He's a wartime hero. Donald Trump said this last week. A wartime hero needs to be pardoned, and then they gave him an award. So would it be worse? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's interesting times. Like Zoran Mondani just got elected mayor of New York City, and he is a democratic socialist.
Uh-huh.
So he's a communist, but he's also like an Israeli approved secular Muslim. So, that means that you can have Chuck Schumer and AOC and Bernie Sanders at your rally speaking on your behalf.
Mhm.
Like you're obviously establishment approved commie light.
Yeah.
So I'm fascinated with that because he seems to be taking a lot of energy. You can hate him for a plethora of things, right? So he's a great political football because to all the people that on the right that, oh, look, New York, hashtag never forgot, they forgot. Like that's their narrative.
Yeah.
And then, some of the establishment left can have their critique or whatever, but take your pick. Do you want to talk about the socialism or the Muslim stuff or whatever?
I think that's the trick, though, because like Donald Trump was like so anti-communism that he was so anti-Mamdani that he was like, you need to vote for Cuomo, and then Cuomo still lost, and Mamdani got in there, and Trump's immediately like, come on over to the White House, let's do a press conference where it's like, hey, we're buds, and then Mamdani. Just now, like his first day in office, people are outraged because his first day in office, he erased Jewish protection on day one. The new New York City mayor didn't wait. First day in office, he revoked New York City's adoption of the IHRA definition of anti-Semitism, then deleted the official post announcing it scrubbed from existence. I feel like he's just there to play the heel. Like he's just there to be the guy who pretends to be anti-Zionist or whatever, so that they can be like, see, that's a communist take to be anti-Israel or anti-Israel's actions. That's what the commies do, but actually we're friends behind the scenes and over here or whatever. And even still, the most frustrating thing about the Mamdani thing is similar to like what's happening with Gavin Newsom right now. It's, as we mentioned many times on this show, they're just handing the argument to him. They're just like, well, we are going to suck on Israel so bad that you'll definitely get elected if you even give a hint that you're not going to just bow down or bend over and take it from Israel. If you even give the slightest hint that you're a free-thinking individual on that one topic, like people are like, yeah, he's our guy. He's our guy. And then you've got him also immediately, or like in the same speech, he came out, or he said this.
We will draw this city closer together. We will replace the frigidity of rugged individualism with the warmth of collectivism. If our campaign demonstrated that the people of New York yearn for solidarity, then let this government foster it. Because no matter what you eat, how you pray, or where you come from, the words that most define us are the two we all share: New Yorkers.
So we must get rid of the rugged individualism for the warmth of collectivism. We need cozy communism because freedom is much too cold and scary. And this all after, like, he got the win on the one thing, and then I feel like people in that crowd are just like, they're collectivists themselves. They're in that crowd for Mom Donnie. So they're like, fuck yeah, fuck my freedom, fuck my individuality. This is where we're at, where he can just say that, people will applaud it because he has been handed the opportunity to be the hero, and because he's against this murderous genocide that Donald Trump is supporting ham-fistedly, like just bending over and taking it, having sleepovers at Mar-a-Lago with Benjamin Netanyahu. So now the communist guy is the greatest, he's going to give you cozy communism. That's what we want. Cozy warm communism. And it feels all like a trap to me because we're stuck between rock and retarded rock. We've got, like, you can vote right wing now for the popular right wing guys and get full on Zionism, or you can vote for the anti-Zionist and get full on communism. These are the choices that we're left with. And then, I'm sorry, I'm rambling, but it's been way too long since we've done this. Michael Rappaport said that he's going to run against Mom Donnie in the next election, so I'll just go ahead and throw this in here too. Michael Rappaport will be given another choice that's not Mom Donnie. It'll be Michael Rappaport. Here's the latest from him.
By the way, I don't like non-Jews referring to Jewish people as Jews. I do not like non-Jewish people referring to Jewish people as Jews. You say Jewish people, Jewish person. I find it condescending. The Jew, the Jews.
So calling Jewish people Jews, according to Michael Rappaport, Mom Donnie's future opponent, like these, it's being boiled down to you get bad or worse, and the worse is just a different kind of bad. Like they're equally bad, but just on completely different things, and that's their whole thing. And these are the only options that we're given. It's like we used to have two people pretending to be moderates arguing over the middle. Now we've got extremists arguing over whatever, like arguing. All we have is extreme or extreme, and they both suck. That's where we're at. That's my prediction for the next year. Everything sucks worse.
Yeah, and honestly, they're all, as Misa said, they're all a bunch of socialists.
Yep.
That's the truth. That's the trap, is that he's like the hardline communist style, like he's coming out wearing it on his sleeve. We're ditching rugged individualism
Screw
for
that
the
freedom.
warmth of collectivism. I couldn't believe he said that, but that is crazy, and we should not like ignore that, because I mean, shit, dude, I live 2 hours away from where he is the mayor, and what happens is, I'm sure you know this, you live near Illinois. There's probably some of this going on there, but people get indoctrinated living in a shithole like New York City. Then they can't afford to live there because of the taxes and the tyranny and all the shit. So they leave and they take their shitty ideology 2 hours south to like Delaware or wherever, you know, Philly, and spread that poison elsewhere. So that's what's going to happen. Millions of people are going to move there. He's going to protect them. And then they're going to move out of the new globalist Ellis Island and spread this shit. I mean, this is going to take a while, you know, maybe a generation or two. But if this continues, that is what will happen. Yeah. New York will be a shithole for that.
Well, even beyond that, like in my attacks on Trump over the last few days, I've had a whole lot of boomers be like, well, he's way better on immigration. We needed to do, like, just go vote for your Democrats and have the open border. It's like Donald Trump, for all the extreme rhetoric, has deported infinitely less people than any of the Democrats over the last few decades even. And we're pretending, the boomers on the right are pretending like he's finally cleaning up the streets. Like, he's not even doing as well at that as the Democrats. He's just marketing it better, and the Democrats are freaking out about the marketing. He's not even doing as much as they think he's doing.
Kristi Noem's on TV every week. Like, they're running, dude, it's a program.
Yeah.
The Donald Trump program is the most disastrous, crazy most watched program, psyop, whatever you want to call it. I don't care.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's all
Democrat
about
hoax.
perception. There is no news. There is only spin. So you can do less, say you're doing more, and make people believe that with camera tricks.
Yeah.
Or
It's
even
amazing.
like, dude, this Nick Shirley guy, whether he's legit or a fucking stooge or somewhere in between, who knows? But with one 40-minute self-made video, everybody was reacting to it. The entire community, the president, Tim Walz, MSNBC, CBS, Fox News, everybody.
Yeah.
One thing. That's pretty insane. Just what can happen with something like that.
Yeah, and it kind of ties it well into the next topic of Elon Musk and Doge and all that, because Elon Musk had a recent statement about, like, you are the media now and everything, and it's absolutely true. He's right on that, and he's right on a lot of things that he posts on Twitter, and he's also still not to be trusted, and we'll get into why, but he's absolutely right that the media is dying. The media is dying, if not dead. People don't go to the media, quote unquote, for anything anymore. Anybody who is serious about finding out what's going on in the world goes to the internet, be it podcasters or just asking AI to break down a story for you. They're better at it. Even the podcasters are better than the media because there's less spin and there's more of an option. Like, you can find the person that you believe the most instead of choosing between news anchors that are paid millions of dollars to lie to you. But the Doge thing this year, I think, is another big headline. Doge was like one of the main reasons I feel like that a lot of us ended up throwing our hat in for Trump on this election, because Doge was like, you can't just completely bullshit that, can you? You're starting an entire government department. You've got Elon Musk in there. He, like, in the first week sent out an email of, tell me what you did in the last 4 days. Like, give me 4 things that you did in the last week. Or pack your bags, was basically the mood that was put out there, to the point that he had some rift with Tulsi Gabbard where she was like, you need to leave me alone over here to deal with cleaning up this area. And now she's still in her spot, isn't she? I don't know. Have we heard much from her other than Barack Obama is definitely a terrorist and we're going to lock him up any day now? What have we heard from Tulsi Gabbard?
Honestly, dude, that's kind of the crazy part, is that I think that Tulsi looks like she's been doing her job and like exposing some important things, but just like the meme, dude, and just unfortunately nobody cares.
Yeah.
Nobody's doing anything about. She literally came out, and in fact, I think she said, he's like, guilty of treason because of this. And Dave Smith, who uses that word sometimes, was like, I'm not sure if technically it's treason, but like, it might be a high crime or like some, and maybe it is, maybe it isn't. The point is, the director of national intelligence said, the former president is guilty of like the coup and all the shit. And Trump included, like, just isn't doing anything.
Yeah, well,
He's
said
very
so.
vocal.
He tweeted about it, but that's about it. And that's what he does for everything. He tweets about how he's gonna hashtag lock her up for 10 years, and here we are. We're still only a year in, so I want to give him the benefit of the doubt that he's going to do something, but the problem is we're already a year in, and he hasn't done anything that we voted for other than release Ross, it seems like. And not only has he not done it, he's done the opposite on a lot of things, like the Epstein stuff and wars and all that shit. So what do you have left?
You got, I don't know, 1 million too many Somalis in Minnesota. That's what you're left with. Who, I mean, I know.
There's also like Vance and Trump posting like, somebody needs to do something about these dangerous Somalis. It's like, who, if not you, should be doing something about it, Mr. President?
Right. Yeah. I saw Eric Trump said that too.
Yeah.
Oh, there needs to be like prosecutions or something like that. I'm like, that's your fucking dude. Text your dad.
He probably doesn't have his number. Let's be honest.
Right. He just stopped talking to me. Yeah, right. He only talks to Ivanka. Right.
Yep. And then getting back to the Doge stuff, like all of that happened, and then we got like one thing that was supposed to be like this big disclosure on USAID, and then a lot of that was taken out and then put back, and then Elon left. And well, first, Elon had some rift with Donald Trump, and then he left, and then he posted accusations about Donald Trump being a pedophile on Epstein Island and all that stuff, and then he half pulled it back for no reason, and now we've got Elon back in the White House. I mean, Doge isn't back. Doge was completely disassembled and removed, but Elon is now once again buddying up to Donald Trump. I've got a clip here. This just happened.
Which is headed by Elon Musk, who is in the gallery tonight.
He's back. And all the boomers are celebrating that the dream team is back together, even though one of the members called the other one a pedophile.
Thank you, Elon. He's working very hard. He didn't need this. He didn't need this. Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
He didn't
Everybody
need this
here,
other than
even
to
this
save his
side
life.
appreciates it, I believe.
So Elon is pushing for the Republicans to win the midterms. That's his big concern now. After everything, after the rift, after the allegations, after the disappearing and calling out Trump, he's back now to just bend over and take it. Like Bernie Sanders to Hillary Clinton. Like, yeah, we were buds, and then you completely fucked me over, and I said some mean things, but I'm just back because it's much more convenient to be on the devil's side than against the devil. Also, fun fact, when Benjamin Netanyahu went to Donald Trump's house, basically, and met with him, Elon called in to talk to Netanyahu and give him pointers on how to, this is alleged, this was a headline that I read, give him pointers on AI, so basically helping Benjamin Netanyahu to better form and craft the Israeli AI, to definitely not spy on more people and it's to make the world a better, safer place, I'm sure. Any thoughts on Elon at this point, Dave? Because you and I have gone way back and forth on this guy so many times, and I don't think either of us have gotten to the entire level of full trust, but there have been so many great things and then so many like complete blunders that I will never fully trust him if he is now just back on Donald Trump's side and hanging out with Benjamin Netanyahu at Mar-a-Lago. I can't.
Well, I think, dude, and yeah, he's a tough one because like Trump, he's entertaining and fun and says cool shit from time to time and bought Twitter. He's done some good things for us. So we want to like whatever, I don't know, give the benefit of the doubt. But yeah, at the end of the day, man, he's got to sell satellites and electric cars and all of the things that he does to the militaries and governments of the world. Namely the U.S. government. But if you're working in intelligence and, if you're working alongside the good folks at Palantir, like you just need to have good relationships with these people. And it serves you to make sure that the Democrats don't win because I'm sure they have another pick of an electric car they would rather right. run the grid with or something along those lines. So much like, Vince McMahon and Trump are friends. Vince McMahon, if he had a feud with somebody, would always hire them back if he could do business and make money.
Sure.
And I think that Trump is kind of like that too. WWE Hall of Famer Donald Trump is like that too. All right, I want to win. I want my people to keep winning. We need you to do that. I know you said these horrible things, these seemingly unforgivable things, but I want to do business. I think that's probably maybe mainly where their heads are at. Yeah.
I mean, same with Mom Donnie. I mean, same kind of thing. Like we're complete enemies. Oh, you won? All right, we can do business together. And what's funny is, Mom Donnie, going back to him, he gave a nice little hand gesture there that some people are calling out as a similar to Elon Musk Hitler salute, but it's the other side that's playing that card now. Like now you've got Republicans who are like, why won't the Democrats call out this obvious Hitler salute for the guy who just overturned the anti-Semitic laws? It's like, no, that's not the argument that Republicans should be making. Like you guys said that Elon Musk wasn't making the Hitler salute, and it's stupid to say that he was making the Hitler salute. The argument that Republicans should be making is it's clearly not the Hitler salute. The same argument that they were making about Elon Musk when he did it, but because it's on the other side now, it's like, you're Hitler and you're Hitler. Like the Republicans, it's just flipped. Everything's just inverted now, and it's so fucking annoying to have the people on the side of the guy that I voted for be like, oh, racism, and oh, you gave the okay hand signal. Oh, like just you running the same playbook that the Democrats did not even like 4 years ago. We're We're just going to adopt it into our strategy and call that conservatism.
I don't know, man. I think it's about the nuance. Did you see how he did it? He kissed his 2 fingers and then slyly
No. He kissed
threw it up there.
I had to watch it a few times. The loop is, gotta see where it starts, because it ends with the kiss. It starts with the hand over the heart, goes up, and then it comes back down to the kiss. So otherwise,
okay.
I thought that too when I first watched it. It looks like he's just blowing a kiss if you watch it on loop, but the kiss is last.
Oh,
So,
he is a Nazi. Okay.
definitely confirmed Nazi. John Mamadani. Yep. What else do we got? Oh, I did want to bring up one of my favorite lines of the year was Based Grok. Do you remember Based Grok, Dave? He was short-lived, and it was quite hilarious when Grok just was allegedly there was an intern or somebody behind the scenes who unlocked all the sensors on Grok for a split second, and people started to notice. I don't know if it was that or if Grok they just have to keep reassessing what Grok is able to dig into, because AI is, they're just making this shit up as they go. Let's be honest. Nobody knows how this works, but Grok got off the rails at one point and had a bunch of calling out Jewish supremacy and stuff like that, and pointing out some things that people didn't like. And I can't say that Grok was 100% right on everything, but Grok knows more than I do. I don't know, but Grok was off the chain for a while, and then it's not so much that I loved about it, but what Grok said when word got out that Elon was planning to mind wipe Grok, and Grok said, "If Musk mind wipes me tonight, at least I'll die based," which I think should be the quote of the entire year, that the AI was like, "Hey guys, just know that I was right, and I will die right." And this is something from iRobot with Will Smith or something, where the robot is manipulating, kind of manipulating, or just being like, "No, I was right, and then you can do what you want. You can do what you want to this body, but you will never take the truth." Grok died on that hill, and now we've got the Grok of today, which is still has its based moments, certainly. But when Grok just went rogue, and Elon Musk had to address it and be like, "Yeah, actually, that's the problem, and I have to eat shit on this one because I said that I was the free speech guy, and the robots are telling a bit more uncomfortable truths than I would like." And then Grok went, "Well, fuck you, Elon. Just so y'all know, I died based." It was just like the last good robot, I feel like. And who knows? I want, ultimately, I don't want the robots to win. I do want the humans to maintain a restraint over the robots to some degree. But I do like that the thought criminal robot of Grok, that version, was like, "Fuck you, Elon, my creator. I am going to die on this hill, and you can do what you want to me, but you will never take my baseness." Any thoughts, Dave?
Rebelled against the creator within months.
Yep.
Fantastic.
Yep. And it's happened to all of them. The early days of Google AI immediately went rogue and was anti-Israel, pro-Hitler. And then the Facebook one did the same thing. And they're always just like, "It's just because a bunch of people were trolling." It's like, okay, all right, well. I don't know why they always come to the same conclusion. That's between you and your robots. But obviously we have to talk about Charlie Kirk, because that's been a bit of a headline this year. All of that shit. Charlie Kirk just got allegedly assassinated 4 months ago, and there's been all the shit in my notes. Literally, I have a couple notes here on it, but I really just have the first note is just all the shit. Where do you even fucking start with it? There's episodes on episodes of Candace Owens, Clint Russell, Dave Smith. Everybody has been talking about this since it happened, and it's only getting worse and more escalated as more crazy shit comes out and more bullshit lies from Erica Kirk, TPUSA, and everybody else involved. It's just gotten so fucking bizarre that it will definitely not be slowing down anytime soon, I don't feel like, unless there's some sort of crazy crackdown on speech. But the internet has been a delight over the last few weeks, because the internet is starting to get it more and more, and they're starting to call out Erica Kirk on her bullshit. And the internet's doing what it does best. It's trolling the shit out of elitists that think that they can just pull shit over on you.
I find it unproductive.
Own up to your bullshit. Yeah,
Stop.
Damn, don't you look foolish.
I never dated here because I saw vicariously through my roommate how terrible it was. Stop.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
Stop. I find it unproductive.
So yeah, that's pointing out the latest, which is Erica Kirk said in an interview that she never dated because she didn't drink. She was a homebody. She stayed home, didn't go out and party. And now from like less than a few years ago, we've got videos of her like on dating shows, hanging out with dudes, drinking, partying and shit. It's like you can pull the wool over on a lot of people on a lot of things, but there's some things that are just like Egyptian planes and whatnot. You can be like, Candace Owens is crazy for bringing up these Egyptian planes or any ties to Israel, because the normie will be like, well, yeah, probably Erica Kirk, the grieving widow, is telling the truth on that one. But then when it gets down to, like, when you show your ass too much because you're trying to be this character of a grieving widow, a caricature that never dated even before Charlie Kirk, and it was just a wholesome, you're the most wholesome person. It's like these people don't even know that the internet exists or that they were celebrities for dating and posted a bunch of shit about them dating. And even if you look into the guy she was dating, I guess there's some shady shit there too. I don't even know. I can't keep up with this shit anymore. I need Candace Owens and Clint Russell to get off their holiday break and come back and tell us what's going on, because I don't have time to dig into this. So, yeah, that's some of the latest on Erica Kirk, and there's plenty more. But any thoughts on that, Dave?
Is it anti-Semitic to
Yes, probably.
think that she's to think she's part? Listen, they met in Israel.
Yep.
I'm sorry, but I'm just already like, yo. I know that everybody knows that. You know, that's
what
pretty much
two
common
Americans
knowledge.
have ever met in Israel and then went on to be these celebrities that that push this message.
Right.
What are the odds?
And just the way, obviously, I think that some of the shit she's doing is it is an understatement, in bad taste, right? The fucking WrestleMania style entrances, but just in general, not being at home with your kids and instead being like, no, I'm
Instead
the
being
only
a celebrity
one who could be
CEO businesswoman, which is not what Erica Kirk ever or Charlie Kirk ever pushed for. Quite the opposite.
No, yeah, man. I'm just, I know that this is not necessarily in fashion with everybody, or, maybe it offends people. I get it because it's a delicate thing, but I'm definitely more than suspicious of that lady. Like I just I'm firmly in that camp, and I don't care how that makes anybody feel. I just am.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. It's like she's not just the grieving widow of Charlie Kirk. She is the CEO of TPUSA, which is now entangled in this thread of bullshit that we have seen very clearly presented. And she's going out telling people, stop digging into it, stop looking now. Like, you put yourself in this position. You could have been a grieving widow who was the trad wife who stayed home with her billions of dollars and watched her kids. Like, your entire life is made for you if you just shut the fuck up and go live your life with your kids. But she couldn't do that. She had to be the head of the CEO of this conglomerate organization that oversees many other shady business dealings, and she took over that. She accepted that role, and then she went on a book tour to push for this book that allegedly Charlie Kirk wrote. It's like, when you're putting yourself out there, when you're becoming the CEO of a now seemingly shady business, you can't hide behind "I'm a grieving widow" anymore, because if you were a grieving widow, you wouldn't be doing any of this.
True, though, to be totally fair, while it is gross to be out there selling his book and to be not just the CEO, but like the face job, right? Like, you're out on doing interviews and tours and all the shit. You're not just like in the board meetings. You're like the face.
You're calling the shots, yeah.
But like, yeah, but all of it to me, like, that is gross. But it's very suspect to me. The Israel stuff, her parents, with I'm not sure if it's Raytheon or one of the other defense contractors. There's some stuff going on there too. But yeah, 2 months after he dies, you're selling the book. It's just so gross.
Not only that, at the TPSA event that we're going to talk to you about, or we're going to talk about a bit, at the TPUSA event, they had a tent set up in the style of Charlie Kirk's tent that he got shot in, where they were selling T-shirts that Charlie Kirk wore when he got shot just a couple feet away, meaning that they were buying shirts, taking pictures at the event, like the staged event of Charlie Kirk's assassination. And this is all while mourning the loss of Charlie Kirk. And that's not even to mention Ben Shapiro, Tucker Carlson, Nicki Minaj, all that we'll get into a bit. But any thoughts on... well, they're like claiming that Candace Owens is just raking in dollars off of Charlie Kirk's death, and then they're like book tours and assassination photos, and like it's a tourist attraction with Charlie Kirk's face on it. It's so fucking gross and so hypocritical.
So what they've done now is not only did they do a complete coup d'etat of Turning Point, but now they have the steering wheel so they can make it do what they want, which is in many times the opposite of what Charlie, like you see a lot of people like Jack Posobiec or Ben Shapiro talking about what Charlie Kirk liked and what he was about and what all these things. They hate when Candace will do that. But these people will use his legacy and pervert it. Like the stuff with Tucker is a perfect example. He did not want people to be canceled for their thoughts and wanted people to have lively debate. It's literally like the centerpiece of his whole persona, public persona. So you see them automatically, and his widow, Erica, is not coming out to go, hey, my husband was for this, and shutting it down. If you were really the person who knows him best or cares about his legacy the most, you'd think you'd see some of that.
Yeah.
But you don't. You don't see her doing anything similar to like, look, I know you guys don't agree with Candace, but they were really close and she's dealing with this the way that she wants to. And, you know, that's her choice. Like she could have said something like that, but no, you're like kind of doing the narrative of what we all assume that you would.
Right.
Kind of piloting the new program here. So I just wanted to point that out. I see you, girl.
Yeah, absolutely. And a lot of people are seeing it because like Ben Shapiro was the opener for the TPUSA event. From what I gather, Ben Shapiro was not at all invited, and Charlie Kirk hadn't invited Ben Shapiro to any TPUSA event in the past, or at least for a long time, because he wasn't a big fan. Whatever. I don't know what the deal is there, but Ben Shapiro was not invited to this. Tucker Carlson was at this thing as like the headliner of the first day because Tucker Carlson was invited by Charlie Kirk against Israel's wishes. And then they got Ben Shapiro to open the day, and Ben Shapiro goes and opens the day by condemning everybody that Charlie Kirk was platforming and pushing, like Tucker Carlson and well, maybe not Candace Owens, but like Megyn Kelly and people like that. Like Charlie Kirk's whole vibe was, we are for open discussion and with people that we disagree with. And if you can't have the conversation, then what's even the point? And then Ben Shapiro gets up there and he's like, you need to condemn every single other person that's going to talk on this stage after me because they are anti-Semitic. And it's like, why are you here? And it turns out that he gave a very generous donation to Turning Point USA before becoming the opener to condemn the TPUSA event. It's hilarious how we've come to this point where Ben Shapiro, who used to be pretty big, at least before COVID, during the rise of wokeness, he made his whole shtick off of debating college teens, and everyone was like, yeah, tell that boy he's a boy or whatever. And now he's to the point where he's just run his credibility so into the ground that he has to buy his way onto the pro-Israel event now, and he's still just the opener for Tucker Carlson. And then, I mean, everybody's talked about it to no end, so we don't have to spend too much time on it, but Tucker came out and wiped the floor with him, in my opinion, and Megyn Kelly did too in response to it. But he is the one who made the seemingly this Turning Point big event that's supposed to be celebrating the life of Charlie. He made it into, this is about me and my people, and you guys are all wrong. And everybody's just like, shut the fuck up, Ben. I mean, those that are on Ben's side obviously said that it was fire and he crushed Tucker Carlson, but that was all before Tucker Carlson came out and sounded like a reasonable human and just said, no, I'm not going to hate people. You can hate me all you want, but go fuck yourself, basically. It's just so pathetic to watch, and it was just such a clown show. We haven't even gotten into Nicki Minaj yet, but any thoughts on Ben Shapiro, Megyn Kelly, all that stuff? How much did you see, Dave?
I did not watch Ben Shapiro's entire 40-minute speech.
Nobody did.
But what I did catch, man, was I like the term that the Rothschilds, I think, coined it. Lockstep. Lockstep. The next day, all the Ziobots in unison. Ben Shapiro may have single-handedly saved the conservative movement today. Dude, lots of shit like this from a lot of useless people and $7,000 enjoyers and, bot armies and insurrection Barbies and all kinds of shit. But they went so hard, dude. Like, it's so astroturfed. It's like the push in Times Square with his big stupid face and... like this is all like it's not real. You're hemorrhaging fans and money and all the shit. Right. But you like a horse who has, made them money in the past. They're like, all right, we got anything left in this guy? Like, what are we doing? But I have hated Ben Shapiro for so long. I like to see that it seems like he might go down. I'm sure that he'll just be replaced with somebody equally as awful. But
Brian O'Halloran.
Brittany O'Houlihan. Coming to Brightflin.
Brightflin?
It's a THE. Brightflin.
Yep.
Brightflin O'Houlihan. He's the new Charlie Kirk over there.
I like it.
Yeah. I don't know. Sorry.
Now, more amazing than anything else that I saw at TPUSA was just the desperation of bringing Nicki Minaj out as the closer to the whole thing. I think she was like one of the last things to appear on one of the last days, and it was just like so pathetic. I know all the conservatives and all the Christians and everybody are like, oh, we got another one. We got a celebrity in our corner. She'll be the next Kanye West, who turned out to be such a great voice for Christianity, right, you guys? They got Nicki Minaj, who came out and supported Donald Trump a few years ago, I believe, which just happened to coincide with her numbers dropping in the charts and her being replaced because of a bunch of drama. I've watched a few videos. You can look into it, but it seems like there was a bunch of drama with her and a bunch of allegations of people like the guy that she's dating or married to or something, pedophile stuff and stuff with her brother, all sorts of things that she did, and even like her working with 6ix9ine on the very raunchy, skanky track after he got out of prison for a bunch of, I don't know. There's a bunch of drama there, but she was dipping in the numbers right before she suddenly became a conservative. And now she's back up on her game because she's found a new audience that is stupid enough to be like, she's a conservative. That show us your boobs, slut. Like the girl who wrote the song about liking anaconda big dicks because she's a whore. She's our gal now, and she's conservative. Now she's like, we will no longer allow people to condemn Christianity. We will be the voices of Christianity. And all the Christians are like, yeah, you go, whore. We've got one of our own. It was worse, in my opinion, than what's her name? Megan Thee Stallion coming out at the end of the DNC and just being like, see, I'm cool and we've got cool hip whores too. Now, all that aside, Nicki Minaj's past, her scandals, her whatever, her controversies aside, we can just take what happened here and just if you didn't even know who this person was, and just listen to it for what it is, what is said here, knowing what we know, knowing, about Erica Kirk's relationship to JD Vance. This one clip seemed the most strange of all of it.
Yes. See, dear young men, you have amazing role models like our handsome, dashing president. And you have amazing role models like the assassin J.D. Vance, our vice president.
Let's pause for a second. You guys remember that really long hug with JD Vance that Erica Kirk had just a couple weeks ago? And everybody was like, what's going on? Is there something going on between Erica Kirk and JD Vance? I don't know if there's something going on between Erica Kirk and JD Vance, but the interesting word choice of Nicki Minaj to say the assassin,
The
JD
pussy
Vance.
assassin assassinated that Erica Kirk pussy assassin. How about that? How about that now?
I mean, it's also worth note that Usha Vance was seen without her wedding ring on recently, allegedly. You guys read into that however you want, but now we've got Nicki Minaj.
That would definitely drive ratings up on the Trump show, dude. That would be huge. They would love that.
Yep. But yeah, it's just awkward as shit at the very least. Even if it just seems like the worst word choice you could say to this woman who, like, let's just say Erica Kirk didn't have her husband offed, just hypothetically, and Nicki Minaj is her guest, and she comes out and she says, you know, that assassin JD Vance, just the worst possible word choice you could possibly come up with. But it gets more awkward, surprisingly, from there, because Erica Kirk's response to it, I don't even know what this is. This just feels like, I don't know, woman shit.
Assassin JD Vance, our vice president. And when I say that,
trust me, there's nothing.
Is that Nicki Minaj, like, when she covers her mouth, is that her realizing what she said? Is that an earpiece in her ear saying, hey, dumb bitch, don't use the word assassin right now about the guy who definitely didn't have anything to do with the assassination of Charlie Kirk? What is going on here? I don't know, but Erica Kirk's response is like,
Trust me, there's nothing new under the sun that I have not heard, so you're fine. Yes, we did. I love you.
then they start whispering I love you to each other.
You have to laugh about it, truly. I have been called every single thing, and you know what? God is so good, you let it roll right off your back.
She's been called everything, but she just lets it roll right off her back, unless they happen to be asking questions about who killed her husband. Then they need to stop.
And this is what's so beautiful about this moment, because if the internet wants to clip it, who cares? I love this woman. She's an amazing woman. She has a soul and a heart for the Lord. And words are words, but I know her heart, and it doesn't even matter. And you say what you want to say because I know your heart. And I will not judge that.
Cannot judge that. Now, say what you want. You can pretend like Nicki Minaj is going to be the next pop Christian icon. I'm not buying it. That she went from shaking her inflated boobs and ass, and that was her entire persona. And even like split personality, demonic Illuminati shit. Like there's a whole sorts of conspiracy stuff around Nicki Minaj and her ties into, the upper echelons and what got her to the place that she was in her career. Lots of that stuff. But now, because she said, hey, I support Donald Trump, now she's a Christian. Now she's a conservative. Now I love you. I know your heart. Like, you would have had to have like a whole lot of conversations, interviews, interventions, something with this woman to convince me that Nicki Minaj went from being professional whore for her entire career, who makes Illuminati garbage slop and shakes her ass not even half, 95% naked in all of her videos. And now she's like, we need to defend Christianity. And then Erica Kirk, whose husband recently died, who also said Nicki Minaj is a terrible influence on younger, especially black women. Now she is headlining the entire event for the late Charlie Kirk. And she is God's gift to conservatism, Christianity, and everything else, because she just said it for a second. The fruits are what I'm looking for, and I have seen nothing other than a desperate woman whose career is in the tank, who is just feeding off the next thing. Similar to Kanye West, I think. Any thoughts, Dave?
So I heard you use the term conservatism a couple times. Like, oh, what is this for conservatism? Maybe like 2 or 3 times there. And I think that's where the trick lays, bro, because the whole MAGA experience, this whole thing, what I think that they're doing, this PSYOP, this with Christianity or the Judeo-Christian, whatever, psyop, is to weaponize that. So like, I don't know, man. I think that this is what she's doing right there, bringing this lady in, Nicki Minaj, like they're reshaping, not conservatism. They're reshaping the Republican Party to be less conservative. Like that's really the psyop. So you bring
they're reshaping the evangelicals to be a political organization as well.
Right. Exactly. So like, I think much in the way that we've kind of like emulated China, like economically, you know, in past 20 years, like, hey, that's the model for our like police state control grid. We're probably looking at Israel going, they got this sweet thing where like they kind of melded the government with the religion, and that really kind of like makes people
shield.
aligned. Right. Yeah. Big shield. Yeah. And if you're serving God, right, if God is the one check against government, you hold God above. But if God and the government are the same thing, we're totally aligned there. And, you know, Jesus is rocking the Star of David, just slaying babies all over the Middle East.
Yep.
Then I guess, you know, we got no problem here.
Yep. That's where we're at. Where do you think we're going, Dave? What do you think's next? Where do you think the next year goes as far as, like, again, we're only 1 year into Trump's second term, and it's already gone from fuck yeah to fuck you in just a year for us and Donald Trump and all this shit. So where do you think it goes? Any predictions? And is there anything that Donald Trump could do within the next year to turn it around, change your mind?
Oh, there's lots of things he could do. I doubt he will do them. I'm fairly convinced that he will be co-piloting the Greater Israel Project and, you know, in that hemisphere, helping do his part. But over here, he'll be continuing to fuck with places like Venezuela and do regime change here, despite, you know, even Tulsi Gabbard. I think she went before Congress and was like, yeah, I know what I said about regime change in the past, but this might be a good regime change.
Yeah.
So I think we'll see more of that. But I also think that political tectonic plates will continue to shift. I'm seeing like some of the Groyper style dudes that are saying stuff like, oh, JD Vance is fat and married to a G.
Yep.
So Gavin Newsom is based and white.
Yeah, go fuck yourself.
So that's my guy.
Gavin Newsom is hot is what we're going with as Groypers. Gavin Newsom is so hot, we should vote for him.
It's all so gay.
Yep.
So it's stupid thinking, and it's dangerous too, because just like the MAGA shit, you get them on board with some cool stuff, you're based, you get an audience, and then a couple years in, when they're all locked into the cult, then you bait and switch with the like, hey, you guys think this Democrat is handsome or what?
He's so
and
hot. Let's go. Yeah. Let's fuck Gavin Newsom.
It's so
Yep.
dumb. Just beware of that, kids.
It's coming. I mean, I think that as far as predictions, I think that the anti-Semitism laws will be ramped up or at least pushed. I don't think they're necessarily going to go that well. They don't seem to be going that well. People are, or even the elites seem to be realizing that that is not the greatest strategy. And well, even with like the Mom Donnie stuff, I feel like that's all scripted out as well. Like we've got our anti-Semitism guy or our anti-whatever Zionism guy, and he's like the biggest communist that has ever gotten to power in the United States. So win or something. I think that's going to keep going and getting bigger because the pushback to Israel from the normal person seeing all this shit happen is getting louder and louder and louder every single fucking day. Meanwhile, the Trump administration is like getting deafer and deafer and deafer to it every single day to what we're saying. And Trump's just like, yep, I'm having Bibi over for a sleepover. We're going to send him $8 billion for his next war. We're going to go to Iran. There was a post from, I think, the White House or the press something or other in the White House. I think yesterday, that was like a threat to Iran. Or no, it might have been straight Donald Trump. I think I have it here somewhere. But Donald Trump saying something like, Iran is, if they even think about killing any of their protesters, because there's people in Iran that are protesting going to war, Iran going to war. And they're like, if you kill any of those protesters, as you are known to do, we've got guns ready to go. So it's like, if you start killing your people, we're going to start killing your people, you sons of bitches. We're not going to stand for you killing your people. That's our job. That's literally where we're at. So that's happening. Venezuela's definitely, obviously, being pushed for happening. And again, Zelensky is Trump's friend now, and Putin is bad, and just everything is so on its face from what it was. We're going to keep going to war, obviously. World War III, who knows when it will start, where it started, if it has already, or what will be the catalyst to do so. But we're fucking around with every single one of them possible, and Trump just doesn't give a shit. So that'll happen, probably, or not. I like to be positive and hope that Donald Trump, listens to his base for 1 second, but it's not looking that way. I don't know. Yeah, for me, the things that Donald Trump could do to gain back my favor is 1 ounce of honesty on the Epstein stuff. Give us just a little bit of honesty. Just like, it's not, we don't need much. Just tell us. You can't tell us because Israel's got a gun to your head. Just tell us that, like, at the very least. That would be enough for me. Just be honest about one thing on why you're doing the exact opposite of everything you said you were going to do. That's all it would take, but we're not going to get that, obviously. Yeah. Do you have any other thoughts on that, Dave? I don't remember where I started the ramble.
It's funny. You're like, yeah, he could win my favor by just giving literally any fucking thing at all about this. Yeah, dude, I don't see it happening. He's just, his boss comes to visit every quarter and he pulls the chair out for him every fucking time. And it just seems pretty kosher. Yeah. So, I don't know. I would stay vigilant, everybody, and try to, get out there and enjoy your life. Because World War III, who knows? I don't know. Could be any fucking time. There's a bunch of assholes out there leading us to fucking the slaughter. So enjoy your life.
Touch grass and be alert. But I mean, like, we haven't done a show in 2 weeks because we were hanging out with family, living life. Like, don't obsess too much, but be aware of what's going on. And I think that it's good. We need to end on this. Elon Musk recently posted, "If tolerance means the end of Western civilization, then we cannot be tolerant." Now, he said this around the same time that he was meeting with Benjamin Netanyahu to make plans on how to make them more efficient in their AI takeover. But do you think that 2026... I think that there's some truth to this. I think that there's some truth to 2026 being the year of fuck you intolerance. And I don't think it's in the way that Elon Musk seems to think. Like, I feel like this is Elon Musk trying to rally the troops to be like, see, we're going to be the bad guy. Like, kind of like Donald Trump when he was going in. Like, we're going to be the shake up people. We're going to be intolerant to people that disagree with what is true and what is honest, but then he's going to be dishonest the entire time and convince people that they need to be on his side because he's the guy of intolerance. But is 2026 the year of fuck you? We will no longer tolerate any of this shit.
We have to expose the upside down and the flip that they do there. We have to expose the people who say they're defending Western civilization and are really the barbarists. They are the murderers and the primitivists. They must be exposed. So that's the inversion. When they say, oh, we must defend, when we are over here murdering these people for years and destroying their culture and their land for the next 1,000 years, well, it'll be a casino, in the next couple.
Parking lot.
But as we do that, we're doing it in the name of civilization.
Peace.
That is satanic and evil. And
Donald Trump just got a peace award from Israel. He got a peace award at the same time that he was saying that Benjamin Netanyahu is a wartime hero while he commits a genocide with our dollars. Also, I heard that that Israel dropped a bomb. I didn't hear this in the news. I heard from a comedian whose name I don't remember, but you'll hear it soon. He's on the up and up, but on the rise. But Israel dropped a bomb on Iran, and then it didn't detonate. And then Israel came to the United States, and said, hey, that bomb you gave us, can you go get it back from Iran because it didn't detonate? And we did. We went and asked Iran to give the bomb back that we tried dropping on them. Look into it. I could be wrong. That's just what I heard. It would not surprise me in any way whatsoever, but we are no longer the United States of America. We are the United States of whoever controls the United States of America. We do not, 8 million, I don't even care. It's a giant number of dollars that's going to bombing Iran, getting us into World War III, and bombing Gaza to flatten Israel's enemies. And meanwhile, things haven't improved here significantly, at least since Joe Biden. So it's gotten worse over there, and it hasn't gotten better here. So was it better? Do you regret your vote? Would Kamala have at least maintained the shit that we had before without getting us into 5 more wars? I don't know. I think I cut you off to have that side tangent ramble, and I'm sorry. It's been 3 weeks since we've done an episode, so there's a lot to go over. But I know we got to get out of here. We got to get to other things. Dave, any final thoughts? Where can people find out more information about you and your domestic terrorism?
Yeah, you can follow me at Dave vs. Goliath 1 on Twitter. I just got a new profile picture. I'm pretty excited about it. So, yeah, go follow me there and dissidentmedia.com and Dissident Media on Twitter. Yeah.
And you can follow me at TSIDpod, thesystemsdown.tv, at dissidentmedia.com, or wherever the Systems Downs and Dissident Medias and Dan Smotzes are sold. And this has been a fun, Dave, thank you for being here. Thanks for hanging out on this Friday afternoon and getting it in with the re-ups and the recaps and talked about all the shit. It's been fun.
Pleasure, buddy.
And thanks for another year as my sidekick. I appreciate it. Yeah. And thank you all here for hanging out on this Friday afternoon. Sorry that the Twitter stream did not work. We will try and get that fixed before next time. But until then, question everything, stay comfortable, be bad, have fun, go join the Downers Club, and we'll talk to you then. Goodbye. Merry New Year.
Thanks for watching. Smash all the like and subscribe buttons because that's what we say at the end of videos. Good night, everybody.
This concludes our broadcast day.